world, Frank Nobilo. And Frank, looking forward to what should be a fun afternoon of golf.
Yeah, very much so, Rich. When you've waited all morning, those afternoon rounds are a little special, aren't they? I'm really looking, though, for today to see if they come out of the gates nice and quick. That's for sure. I know the finish here is always important, but get out of the gates quick and then see if you can finish the job this afternoon.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par. The 8th hole checks in at 430 yards. After dealing with narrow landing zones on the previous 2 holes, players here no doubt appreciate a large driving area here at 8. 3 deep greenside bunkers guard against a very large green that can yield a 3-putt if the approach is not accurate. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Good chance to get one in close from here. This, his second. That's a solid shot here into the 8th hole, and a good chance now for another birdie. In for birdie. That score moves to 2 under par. Now to the 13th, the second par 5 on the course. This one known as the Hill of Fame. This is another of the holes that has been redesigned in recent years and features a brand new green that's faithful to designer Donald Ross's original vision. A plaque dedicated to him on the course features his quote, "Golf should be a pleasure, not a penance." And indeed, a couple of pleasing shots here would lead to a birdie.
Boy, that's way down there. Should only leave an iron to this par 5.
Now, from way down there, a good look at a second to the par 5. This could be a good one. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there, and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. I nearly had it, just going to wander a foot or so back. Well, those are the birdie putts you don't have to sweat too much over. No problem there, and it gets him to 3 under par. The 18th hole here at Oak Hills East course is everything you want in a finishing hole. A par 4 at 490 yards. It's a gentle dogleg right with 3 bunkers added to give those trying to cut the corner something to think about. From there, it's a classic finishing approach shot to a green protected by 4 bunkers and watched over by the classic Tudor clubhouse above. That's going to leak out to the right and trickle away. Not the right read there. Okay, so a bogey here at the last. And that will write an end to the round here today. So, partner, as always, I enjoyed it. Watching golf, calling golf. Let's do it again soon.
We got the...
Welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports' continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Navalo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
That's quality shot right there, just left of the hole, and a birdie opportunity coming up. Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie. And getting set to start the second hole now. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Settling in, hoping for a good one here at the par 3. Yeah, not quite enough on that one. It's going to take this slope and come back off the front of the green. Second shot now, here at the par 3. I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Disappointment there. I'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Yeah, not sure if that was a mishit or just a miscalculation, but that comes up well short and is into the hazard. Okay, so the drop made, and this will become his third at the par 3.
This course really demands every shot in the bag. That's a great little short shot. It's going to be needed today.
Cleans that up in the hole. .11 feet away. One over for the day. To the 6th hole now. And that ball not wanting to cooperate, and it is into the hazard. So now after the drop, time to try again. Wow, even though that'll be a bogey, that is about as good as you can do right there.
That ball took a peek at the hole. Excellent shot.
Looking for one good, clean strike of the golf ball here at the par 3. Well, I think he'd prefer to go back and put his ball where the mark is, but no such luck. He had to watch that thing make its way back down the slope. That will be a 3 over on the scorecard for this hole. Time to pick up and move on. That ball just had a mind of its own there. No way to get it to stop, and it winds up in the water. Okay, so now after the drop and the penalty stroke, this will become his 3rd shot now at the par 3. I don't think he's going to fall in love with that one, Frank, but it won't hurt him.
No, but you'd expect from there to sort of get it within kicking distance. Now you got to work.
Yep, good putt there to at least make bogey, but he will fall back to +6 for his round. Now, gotta try and pop this out and stop it quickly. Yeah, that's a good job. Throw it up in the air, get it to stop, and that will leave a good look for par. Birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. So, Frank, another round in the books, and that was an entertaining day at the golf course.
Rich, I still...
Now from the prestigious Quail Hollow Club here in Charlotte, North Carolina, this is EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Novelo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
And that is right where you want to be. His drive splits the middle to get this round underway. Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't hash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Safely in for his four, so big show off the first tee with the driver, but only a par to show for it. Now to the second hole, the par 4, and Frank, what's in store for the players?
Opposite shaped hole to the opening hole. This one doglegs to the left, and those enormous oak trees have really become a problem with the tee shots. No use trying to go over them or around them. Just follow the fairway and play your second shot back uphill. I guess it got the 90% air, but that ball actually went through that tree.
Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
124 left to the flagstick, pin front left so he can take dead aim.
And a good approach shot, just not quite as close as what you'd like, but still solid.
Just want to maneuver this one close, down the slope for birdie. Nope.
Yeah, that was maybe a little overcautious. I bet he'd like that one again.
So he'll finish that off for his par. A couple of fours to get his round underway. Well, from the tee, you can see plainly what you need to do, or in this case, not do. You don't want to hit it in that fairway bunker in the landing zone here at this 483-yard hole. It is the par 4 third. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Pin cut back left here today as he stares down his second to the par 4. That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Oh, the hands came through beautifully there. Good thump of the sand and a good chance to save par. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Interesting for the 2017 PGA Championship. this fourth hole was brand new. How'd they do, Frank?
Not bad, to be honest. Rich, Tom Fazio came in, did all this marvellous work, found a little area over here where the players start to sort of turn around and play the very, very next hole. And this par 3 just sort of sits out there in front of you with not much around it. But it is quite deceptive. Those 3 bunkers in front, you have to be respectful of wind and carry.
All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Iona's down there. This for birdie.
Yeah, it's an easy one to underread. There's going to be a lot of break in this from left to right as it gets nearer the hole.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. So some very consistent play in the early going. 4 straight pars to begin his round. Next on tap, another challenging par 4. This one, the 449-yard fifth. Split those 2 bunkers guarding the landing area at the dogleg to the right, and you should have a good angle to this green. Gotta think this an extra half club or more as he sets for his second into the wind. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short. Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Strap in, folks, because we have arrived at a par 3 that is all you can handle. 249 yards sixth, better than 230 yards to the front of the green with bunkers front and back. Good luck. Now from the bunker.
Just a little splash out on this par 3.
That is a good-looking pass out of the bunker right there. Got that to stop in a good place, leaving just a few feet for par. So he nearly holes out for birdie, but the tap in there is going to let him get away with a par. All right, so coming off that tough 249-yard par 3 sixth, get a chance to maybe get one back at the reachable 7th. It's a par 5 at 546 yards. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Well, that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. Short par 4 8. Frank, as a commentator, as a fan, I love seeing guys go for it on a short par 4. Try to get to the green. Is it a good idea?
We're going to find out very, very quickly, but I love the moxie, though. I mean, the fact that people want to try and do this, that's what this game's all about. Give it a go. Laying up gets you nothing. It's been good driving so far. Ball bounces into the rough, so just the first fairway miss to date. This is why so many players today favour distance. Good tee shot down there, nice and close to the green. Even though it's coming out of the rough, excellent chance for a birdie.
Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. From a drivable par 4 to a long par 4. We finished the outward 9 with a 505-yard ninth. Avoid the fairway bunker on the right, and you'll have a good look at a green flanked by 2 bunkers. That's up the left side. From the fairway, Iona, this his second.
He's left himself 133 yards to the flag. Pin on the left portion of this green, so it will favour a wee draw.
And that's a good approach shot too. Just a little left of the hole, but a good chance for birdie.
15 feet away. Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. And that finishes off a strong front 9. It's a 33, 2 under par. The 11th hole is 592 yards. It's obviously a par 5, and it is the longest hole here at Quail Hollow. So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball. And that's where you need to be, back into the fairway on this par 5. Okay, that's acceptable there. Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie, but push that score to 3 under for the round. Next up, the 462-yard par 4 11th, slight dog leg to the left. Carry the corner to avoid the bunker at the elbow, and he'll have a great look at the green. All right, in the fairway. Pin in the back left today as he'll stare down this second to the par 4.
And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still, inside 40 feet, just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Yeah, not quite enough pace, but that's pretty good. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par.
Par 4 12th hole is pretty to look at, but you can't stare at it too long, Frank, because it demands all of your attention.
Very much a corridor of a par 4 down there. I don't think you have to hit driver down here. You see a lot of players in the tournament, they'll only hit 3-wood, just find the fairway. Ball will kick a little bit to the right. The reason why you don't want to miss this fairway or mess with the trees is because this green is built up and it has the 2 bunkers that narrow the front entrance. So a fairway you must find.
A pretty ideal wedge distance here, 95 yards for his second.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Up next, the first par 3 on the backside here at Quail Hollow, 208-yard 13th. Carry the bunker front left, and a chance at birdie is yours. Good chance at one. That is a good, sensible shot right there. Gives him a good look at birdie. Nah, that's going to slide by to the left. Good work to get into that position, but couldn't finish it off. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. And now it's on to the 14th, another drivable par 4. This one measuring under 350 yards. Water all along the left side of the fairway. A long, slender green awaits.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
Not a big issue, though it is in the rough. Should have a go at this one. Second shot now, 14th hole. Okay, so after the big tee shot, some good work around the green. Here's the result. Tap in 3.
We now come to the final par 5 of the day, the picturesque 577-yard 15th dogleg left with a second shot over water. This hole is not for the faint of heart. Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. All right, that's a good shot from there. Home and 2 on the par 5. Landed it on the green. Wasn't able to get it to stop from that far away. Just on the fringe. And an outside chance at making an eagle here. Birdie putt now moving to his right. Yeah, the good play continues. Now to 5 under on the day. Now to the 16th hole. It is a better than 500-yard par 4, and it begins what they call the Green Mile. It is as tough a finishing stretch as you will find anywhere in golf.
And it's also beautiful to the eye when you stand on that 16th tee. It does play downhill nearly 10 yards. So that bunker on the right side is 320. Take away the 10, so it's about 310 to carry. If you can take that line, you will choose so much off this hole. And then the second shot also is a little down breeze, and it has like an infinity edge. You can't see the back of the screen. What a great way to start the Green Mile.
Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. As if 16 wasn't hard enough, now you take a look at this 190-yard par 3 17th, almost entirely over water to that green. Take a deep breath, refocus, and hit a shot. That one was running so hot. Tap in there for his par, set up by the nice putt from off the green that nearly went in. There aren't many golf courses that are both menacing and beautiful. Quail Hollow certainly is in that category, and this is a great example. The finishing hole, 494 yards, the 18th. It's a downhill tee shot. It is framed by that nasty bunker on the right. The real trouble, though, and we've seen this with tournaments through the years that have come down to the wire, is that stream on the left. If you hook it a little bit too far, you're wet. Then there's that uphill second shot, and the stream is still in play. There's a lot going on here on this finishing hole.
Good approach shot. And birdie putt coming up. Approach shot just a little right, little short.
Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, that's a good putt there. It's a birdie at 18. And that will be a 6 under 65. Very well done.
Another thriller from here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina.
EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour golf brings us to the home of the President's Cup in 2022 and future home of the PGA Championship in 2025 as we're at Quail Hollow here in suburban Charlotte. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
Frank, what's the right play here on this approach at the first?
You can go at the flag here at the opening hole, Rich, because the flag's normally in these little pockets on the screen around the big ridge in the middle.
Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
And it looks pretty much straight overall, but it's going to pick up a lot of pace as it heads down this slope. Needs to be careful.
Nope, good effort, but that's going to wander a few feet by. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. You really like a golf course that challenges you in so many different ways. And here's a good example at Quail Hollow. That first hole, well, it was a dogleg to the right. The second, it's a dogleg left. So it is asking you to move the ball in both directions, and we know you're up to it.
Well, somehow the ball's got through the other side of the tree and really hadn't lost that much yardage. Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
This one on the slow side as he'll try to get this one close.
Okay, no damage there. Back-to-back pars to get the round going.
Start of this golf course, Frank, asking the players to hit some quality shots. T2 green, third is no different.
Exactly. You get a dogleg right, then you get a dogleg left, and now you get a straightaway par 4 with just one bunker on the right side. It's 320 yards to get past that bunker. Needless to say, it needs to be avoided. But then the second shot's played downhill, but it's right there in front of you.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow-through, and a good start to this hole. Front right hole location as he prepares his second to the par 4.
Well, you know he'd like to have that one back from 125 yards and misses the green.
Yep, well read there, and it is a third straight par to kick off the round. Here now at our first par 3 at Quail Hollow, the 167-yard fourth. Cover the 3 bunkers guarding the front. Hold that green, and you'll be putting for birdie. This one looks right on point. Okay, that one's dancing. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Ah, yes, very well read. She's 1 under now for the day. Here's another really good par 4, 449-yard fifth. And what's crucial here is to split those 2 bunkers guarding the landing area right at the dogleg to the right. If you're able to do that, good chance to make a birdie. This starting toward the right side. Pretty good angle here, getting set for his second shot just on the right side of that fairway.
That's a head scratcher. That approach shot from relatively close in. I would have been looking at 10 to 15 feet.
Look at this putt. That is something special right there. From that far away to gauge that speed, that is so well done. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par.
Now to the longest par 3 of the golf course. It is the 6th, 249 yards. Does play downhill. Frank, 3's a good score here.
It is. I know that green looks quite big, protected by the bunker in front as well as the one over the back of the green. But often what happens is once you come out of those shooter trees and start to go on the downhill portion of this hole, you can actually get some cross breezes that just sort of blow through across the top of the green. And often that takes the ball out of the sky, and it can easily come up short.
This one gonna have to stop quickly. It's his second. Okay, good job to limit the damage as that's in for a bogey. Next up, the first par 5 of the day, the 546-yard 7th. 2 fairway bunkers on the left side presenting the only real trouble off the tee. Avoid those, and you have a good chance to get home in 2. Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. Now a big spot here for something good. This is a short second to the par 5.
got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Oh, yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. We come now to the drivable par 4A, measuring 346 yards, fairway sloping left to right as you approach the green. So, a nice fade is the shot required. Well, that's on a pretty good line so far. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Had a pretty good run at it. That would have been a nice eagle, but couldn't quite find the line. Okay, little 2-footer for birdie, not a problem. And that was well played. Down to the 9th, better than 500 yards, and it is a par 4. Is this one of the hardest holes on the course, Frank?
It certainly is. It's a great way to finish this front 9. Dogleg left, and they put the bunker right where you want to aim it, down that right side. So now you've got to go a little closer to the trees. But don't go left. Please don't go left.
Boy, he's in a nice little groove right now. Played the last couple of holes in 3 under par, and he's got another in the fairway here. So, Iona, this his second from the fairway.
Just a little under 120 yards will get you to the front of the green, but it's 1-3-2 if you're going to go for the flag. Pin smack bang in the middle.
Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still, one good putt, maybe a birdie.
Oh, that one read perfectly. It is a birdie here at the 9th, and that will be a sizzling 31 on the front side, 4 under par. We start the inward half with the longest hole at Quail Hollow, 592-yard par 5. Fairly straight. Avoid that fairway bunker on the left and let it rip. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. Just a bit too much on the second shot on this par 5, but shouldn't have too much trouble getting it up and down for the birdie. smooth there. In for a birdie. The 11th hole was lengthened in recent years, making this a pretty challenging par 4. What do you think, Frank?
It is, Rich. The two bunkers down the left side are almost all the distances that you would think of if you lay up or you go for it with a driver. So you have to respect that and just go a little right. It's a lovely tee shot, the way in which it flows in amongst the trees, though, on either side. And a deceptively quick green from back to front.
Everything flowing really well right now. Coming off 3 birdies in a row. Here's another solid tee shot as well. A back right hole location here as he gets set for his second to the par 4.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Now this for another birdie.
Yeah, there's not a lot in this overall. I've had a look and concluded there's not much to it. Slightly down the hill, no real movement.
Yeah, he wanted that to go a little more, but that's not too bad from there. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. We arrive here at the 456-yard 12th. Another beautiful par 4 here at Quail Hollow. There are plenty. No real trouble to speak of. If you find the fairway off the tee, you'll have a good angle at this green. He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Just under 80 yards to go now as he'll decide how to flight his second. That's a high-quality shot right there. From 4 feet for birdie. If only they could all be that short. Very well played there. And it results in an easy birdie.
Par 3, 13th hole, 208 yards, and this begins a series of holes that will test even our best players.
And the fast green on top of it. You know, Quail Hollow, Rich, as we know, is some of the quickest greens on the PGA Tour. Anything above the hole on this green is going to be very, very fast. Also, the right side of this green, if you look carefully, if you try and hit your iron shot of the right side, it has a tendency to kick further right, and more than often, it actually rolls off the green.
Now a second to this par 3.
Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. Here's another chance to be a hero. It's a par 4, and it's just under 350 yards. Give it some thought. You're feeling limber. You're launching them a long ways. Have at this par 4. That is really well done. That took the contour of the fairway perfectly, and it will be an eagle look here at 14. That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. Okay, so the risk pays off. He drives this par 4, and from there, 2 putts get it done. That's a birdie. This is a cool hole right there. It is the last par 5 on the golf course. Just stunning. 577-yard 15th. It doglegs to the left, and you can see the second shot is over the water. This one will test your game and your nerve. Yeah, that one going to chase down the fairway a little, and it'll wind up perfect. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, it did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Chance now for another birdie. Oh, right by the hole. The longer putts, you don't mind as much. The short ones, they tend to sting. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. It is one of the more famous stretches, or should I say infamous stretches in golf. It depends on how you play it. We start at the 16th hole. 16, 17, and 18. They call it the Green Mile. And it begins with the 506-yard par 4 16. Ooh, that started well right.
That hit that tree hard and bounced straight into the rough.
Ball appears to be sitting up here in the rough at the 16th hole. Decent lie, but you just won't be able to get it to spin. See what he can do now with this, his second shot.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Hang on. That's going to leave about 3 feet. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. So much can happen here at the 17th. Par 3, 223 yards. This is where tournaments are won or lost, and it's also the signature hole here at Quail Hollow. What do you think of it, Frank?
It's tough, Rich. It really is, because you have to make a decision. It plays about half a club downhill. That's 5 yards. And then the tendency is to try and aim it too straight, or in layman's term, try and hit too good a shot. Please, just aim a little to the right. Put another yard or two on your tee shot to the right side. Just respect that. And then you'll have an outside chance of making two. You will gain on the field. I promise you.
Yes, very methodically done, and that one in for a birdie. Our day at beautiful Quail Hollow ends with a 494-yard par 4 18. Downhill tee shot is framed with a nasty bunker on the right and the stream on the left side. The uphill second shot can still land in the stream on the left, so delicacy is required. So simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Down on the course, let's check in with Notah Begay III.
144 left to the hole. Pin is in the back right corner of this green.
Okay, center of the green, a good safe shot. Gonna have to take pretty much a full swing at this one with the putter, because this one is into the hill and the hole is cut back. Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. So he'll finish up there. It's a par here at 18. And that will mean it is a round of 63, 8 under par. Absolutely scintillating.